Dark Blue is a 2002 release cop drama directed by Ron Shelton.
Yeah, it takes place in a few days leading up to the LA riots back in 1991 and focuses on mainly Kurt Russell's character. He plays a corrupt cop who basically, gets convictions and stuff by any means necessary. And he's got a new partner who's sort of teaching the ways of corruption in the LAPD. And we basically start with a sort of hearing from a shooting that they obviously killed a suspect, and whenever they do that, they have to justify whether it was a legal killing or not. And yeah, you can tell straight away that it's kind of a bit of a boys' club, and most of them are just whatever it takes to get the job done. Apart from Ving Rhames' character, who plays the assistant chief, and you can tell straight away that he doesn't really buy anything that Kurt and his partner are saying. Then there's a homicide at a convenience store where a couple of guys kill the owner or kill the person behind the counter, and then a few of the shoppers who come in, not realising that it's been held up. And Kurt and his partner are charged with solving that case, but it gets a bit more complicated as the people they suspect have done it are maybe involved with the police in some way. You've got a few other characters in there. You've got Brendan Gleeson as, I think he's
a top dog, isn't he?
Yeah, one of them. Yeah, and he's the uncle of Kurt Russell's new partner, who's played by Scott Speedman, who you may recognise from Underworld films. And you've also got what's his name, Jonathan Banks as another cup. They're all sort of great mates, constantly drinking all the time.
A lot of drinking going on.
There's a lot of drinking, and I don't know how they get anything done without having hangovers constantly. Jonathan Banks, he's one of those faces you see him, in lots of films, particularly from the 80s and that. He turned up in Beverly Hills Cop.
He was the henchman.
And 48 Hours. And, most famous thing for these days is for Breaking Bad and Better Call Saul as well.
A couple of rappers in there.
There certainly is, yeah.
There's Corrupt and Master P.
Yep.
Who, I have heard of Corrupt, I haven't heard of Master P actually. But one plays an informer, maniac, police informant, kind of. And the other is, one of the
guys who hits the convenience store, and the other guy who does that job with him is Dash Mihawk.
Oh yes,
who again lots of stuff.
Romeo and Juliet.
That's
what I know him from.
Yeah.
And Sleepers as well, which was his first film, and Thin Red Line.
Yep.
But there's some TV.
Yeah, at the moment he's in Ray Donovan as Bunchy.
Right. And there's also, there's not a huge female cast in this.
No.
But there's Michele, is it Michele?
That's it, yeah.
She's done a lot of TV work mostly, just a couple of films. She was in New Jack City and she was in Alley as well. She plays although I have to say, and we'll get onto what I thought of the film in a minute, but this is a bit of a facepalm moment for me, I thought.
Right, okay.
Because she's basically seeing Scott Speedman's character, but then she also happens to be working for Ving Rhames.
Yes.
And it's like,
and formerly had an affair with him as well.
Not. Yeah. So that was, but anyway, she's in there and she's really good actually. She's great. And also Lolita Davidovich, and she plays Kurt Russell's wife in this, who I was like, who is that? I totally recognise her. And I looked at her list of films on IMDb and was like, she was in Raising Cain and she was in Gods and Monsters, and I have seen both those films, and possibly that's where I recognise her from. So yes, I hadn't seen this film before.
No.
And you suggested we do this one, and I hadn't even heard of it, which is crazy. I'm a big Kurt Russell fan, but I think it kind of slipped under the radar.
Yeah, it kind of wasn't. I think it was huge at the time. I don't think.
No.
I can't remember if I even saw it at the cinema, but I don't know. But it was so long ago.
Well, I really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed it. I thought it was a really good film. I think it's really, it's obviously very relevant at the time, and I think it's very relevant now as well.
Well, from an outsider's point of view, it doesn't. Maybe things haven't moved on quite as much as they should have done.
No, not at all. And I mean, obviously, it's covering. I mean, I think so. If I have any gripes for the film, and that would be that most of it. So the whole setup to me it feels a little bit like a kind of '90s, end of the '90s. Early 2000s thriller, that type of, not huge budget. But I think for that reason, I felt, because I felt this film does have a message. I mean, obviously it is it's set during the LA riots, which of course were what happened after the Rodney King trial, and that kind of takes place. So the film kind of starts at the beginning of that, and then it takes place over the 5 or 6 days.
I think maybe
during the trial,
like Kurt Russell's character and Brendan Gleeson and that, maybe sort of represent how a lot of the LAPD was before that trial.
Exactly.
And then obviously they kind of had to change afterwards.
So obviously there's police corruption in there. I also felt that the police corruption was a little bit of that kind of Hollywoodized kind of. I mean, it's not Serpico. It's not that kind of film, but there is a very strong message in there, and obviously there's the whole institutionalized racism within the police force. There is the police corruption thing. There are moments in the film where they do have something to say, and they say it, and gun violence comes up, which of course is something that is very prominent in America all the time.
All the time.
Let's not get into that one.
No.
But apart from that, I thought I really enjoyed it, and there's some really great moments in it. There is a moment in the film where they kind of the riots are happening around them, and they've kind of recreated that, and that's really great.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
And it reminded me actually of that, that scene in Sicario on the bridge. Tense moment. It kind of a little bit reminded me of that. So it was quite a tense moment going on, and I thought it was really good. And I think I think for that reason, for the reason how I felt it, that kind of thriller aspect is possibly why it went down by the surface a little bit.
Yeah.
Which is a shame, because I think it's a really good cast. I think the cast are excellent. I mean, obviously it's Kurt Russell.
Yeah.
We all love Kurt Russell. The Thing, and
Big Trouble in Little China.
Big Trouble in Little China, and
lots of stuff.
Loads of films.
Guardians of the Galaxy 2.
Unlawful Entry.
Yeah.
Tango and Cash.
Oh.
Great film.
Constantly on ITV2.
Is it?
Yes.
Right, okay. Breakdown.
Yeah.
That's a good film.
That's a good one.
That's a really good film. And of course, Death Proof and what was the other time?
Hateful Eight.
Hateful Eight. So he's still working.
Bone Tomahawk.
He was in that too. That was a good film.
Should we stop naming Kurt Russell?
Let's stop naming Kurt Russell.
Because he's made loads of great ones.
Yeah, but he's really
Escape
good.
from New York.
Escape from New York.
How can we forget that?
He's really good in this. Really, really great. And Ving Rhames is excellent as well. Although, and that was another gripe. I felt some of the supporting cast. I felt some of the supporting cast weren't in it as much as they maybe could have been. I mean, obviously that's their roles, and that's why they're not in it so much. But Ving Rhames is really great, and he's always a great screen presence. Really good cast, and they all do a really good job. And I really enjoyed the film. So thanks.
That's all right. You're welcome.
Suggesting.
We haven't mentioned it was actually written by David Ayer.
Oh,
Of course, wrote Training Day and End of Watch. He does like writing a crime cop drama.
He does. Yeah. He wrote the screenplay.
Yeah.
Okay, right.
He was involved in the Fast and Furious screenplay as well. He wasn't the only writer on that, but again, that's more like a cop drama than what Fast and Furious is now.
Yeah.
And most recently, I think he wrote and directed. Well, he definitely directed it anyway. Bright for Netflix, and also recently directed Suicide Squad.
Oh, okay.
But maybe less said about that.
I haven't seen it.
No.
Don't care to either.
It's not the best, to be honest, so never mind. But, he's got some good stuff on his CV. So if you want to watch it, I got the Region 1 DVD years ago, well, when it first came out, and I think it must have been released in the UK as well, so I don't think it's hard to pick up. It's got a few features on it, like commentaries and featurettes and stuff, but Arrow have just announced that they're going to tart it up for a special edition to be released in May. So I never expect, it's not the sort of film that I expected them to pick up, because, I guess it is quite unknown, but I don't know. But yeah, they've got it and they're releasing it, so yeah, something to look forward to. Definitely worth checking out, and recommend
Excellent. Well, yeah, then check it out, because it's good. It's definitely good. It's got there's some really great moments in there.
Yeah.
Good cast, good acting, good story. Apart from my personal gripes, they're just my personal gripes, and that I wouldn't hold that against the film at all, because I would certainly watch it again. And the final act is amazing.
Yeah.
I mean, just watch it for the final act, if nothing else, because it's really gripping.
I mean, up to that point, it's probably quite a standard, crime, cop, thriller, etc.
Yeah, but it's got some good stuff in it. Kirk Russell is great. But yeah, that final act, I was.
You didn't see it coming.
I didn't see it coming, and I was surprised.
Good. That's always nice.
In a good way. Yeah. So that was Dark Blue, and we hope you enjoyed this video. And if you've seen it, or you go and see it, or you buy the Arrow release when it comes out, and then you watch it, come back and leave us a comment. You know, we'd love to hear what you think about it. Have a chat with you, all that kind of stuff.
Yep. Thanks for watching, and check us out on Twitter and Facebook. Subscribe to the channel, and all that lovely stuff.
Exactly. So we'll be back next time for another one, and we'll see you then.
See you soon.